Hi, this is Margaret from Margaret's Crafts. I thought I would show you how to cut your pictures out into shapes. And even if you don't have the Cricut Create or the Cricut Expression, you can still do this on your regular Cricut. The first thing I did was cut out a 6x6 piece of cardstock. Any cheap paper. And I marked it because I'm going to go over. If you look at your mat, it's numbers. I start at 6, and then I'm going to go over 3. 1, 2, 3. And I don't know which way you're going to put your mat in. Oh, it'll still work out. I'll go over and put this corner right here at the 9. That's 3 over from the 6. Okay. And over here, I'm going to start it 1 inch in and 1 inch down. This is just to make my template so I can see where to place my picture. You'll see when I get started. Down at the bottom, I put what I've cut. I cut a heart out at 3.5 inches because most of my pictures are the 4x6s. So a 3.5 will fit perfectly. And then I put what cartridge I used was George and Basic Shapes. And I'm using the heart on this one. Now, okay, this is how I do it. You're just going to put your mat in, come down over 1 inch will be at the 4. Try to get your, it's not an exact science. Try to get your blade right at the 4. Then mark your, make yourself see where this one down is, and then bring it down that way till you hit it. So you're 1 in and you're 1 over. Now I have it set at 3.5, and my heart for George . Okay, I'm just going to hit my heart, no shift or anything. And remember, I'm down 1 and over 1. And then you're just going to hit your cut. Okay, you remove the center of your heart. Then you hold your mat down in place. And you take your picture that you want to use and find the exact picture that you want to cut out, the exact spot. So this is like a just a viewfinder almost, to see exactly what you're going to see when you cut your picture out. Make sure your picture is down tight on there. Remove your square, and remember that you're going to come over. And it depends on what size you have. I'm making mine all 6x6, so I know if I come down to the 4, that's my 1 over, and then hit. If I come to my 4 and then go down 1, I'm right at my spot that I'm supposed to be at. Okay, put your mat in. Come down to your 4. So that your blade is sitting right on the 4, and then this 1 down line, you're going to find where that is. 1. If you need anything to help you follow the line, you can just put anything that you have handy right there so that the blade is sitting right about at that line there. Okay, then you're just going to hit you can either hit repeat last or just go ahead and hit your heart key that I have this time. Remember, don't touch anything, your size is set, and then just hit cut. Now you may want to try to experiment with this just like I did with some old pictures first that you already scrapbook, you know, because before, like, I used to get double prints. These are some of my double prints I just pulled out. Now, pull off your excess, and there's your picture, just the way you had it. in your heart. Okay? And you can do this with any shapes. I've done a circle. Here's my circle picture. And the easiest thing now, if I want to mat the picture, I know I have it at 3.5. I'm just going to stick a piece of cardstock in there. Now, to mat my picture, all I did was I put another piece of cardstock in there. And I'm going to increase it. It depends on how big that you want to go around your edges to be. If you want it to just be like 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch. And I'm just going to hit my circle. Or I'm going to go ahead and do the heart since I did it already. Okay, now for my matted picture, I just cut out a heart, slightly larger than what I had. It depends on how big. And there's my mat for my picture. You could cut it out with a smaller edge going around it, or I just did a 1/2 inch up so that I have enough around the edges, because sometimes I like to write in the pictures. I like to write in my matting who is in the picture. And that's how you do it. I've done it with the heart. And I've also done it with the circle. And then I just make sure I mark it. And what I'm planning on doing is like punching a hole and keeping them on a ring, one of those big metal rings or something, or finding a place, you know, to just keep my, I guess my cutouts or my die cuts or my viewfinders or whatever you want to find, whatever you want to call them. But this can be done with flowers, anything. If you're doing anything other than basic shapes, you know, like circles and ovals, remember to use the blackout key. The blackout key cuts nothing, none of your detail lines in the middle. It just cuts the shape on the outside. And then you can always go back behind and hit the shadow key if that cartridge has it for that same button, and you can make your shadow for that. But remember to hit the blackout key. I used to do this all the time, but these were hand cut before with my the little plastic thingies, the plastic templates. I used to use it all the time, cutting plastic templates and then going over it with the shadow, you know, or putting it on and then edging around it with the, you know, with the scissors. All of this was cut by scissors before. But I thought I'd give it a try with the Cricut, and it works just fine. Now, if you have the Cricut Expression or the Cricut Create, there is a center point button that you can put your center point in the center of your paper. Just like if I did this, I could have hit the center point of my paper and then let it cut it out, and it would have evened it out. And then you know exactly where to go to. And I recommend when you do it like that, always have the center point of your paper and your picture right here in the center of your mat, whether you're using a 12 by 12 mat or a 12 by 6 mat. Put it right in the center so you know right exactly where your center point is, and then there's no guessing. I always still like to do a template first to see, because sometimes I want my picture to move a little bit to get the people or the item, whatever's in the back in my picture that I want to cut out. And if I have it, my little template, and then I can put it in, and I can still do my center point with this, you know, my very center of my mat, and do it like that. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.